Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our podcast. Next to me, we have Juan Pablo from Tijuana, Mexico. He's a hybrid engine expert. And next to him, we have Gary Winthorpe from Dallas, Texas. He's a gasoline engine expert. So, let's start with Gary. Can you please tell us the past of gasoline engines and cars?
Well, a short summary of it is really that Frederick Benz came out with the first four-cylinder internal combustion engine in 1856.
Okay. And Juan Pablo, can you please tell us the history of hybrid engines and cars?
Sure. So actually, I wanted to say that electric cars were first in combustion engines. The first one was a work between a few scientists in 1832.
Oh, wow. How did this engine work?
It was powered by our normal cell battery, but the technology was new and it was actually really terrible. Range was trash and it was slow and not really efficient actually.
Okay. Now, Gary, think of the present times. What do you think is better, gasoline engines or hybrid engines?
Well, in the fact of saving or being cleaner and a much more efficient way of traveling, I'd much rather say electricity, but most people prefer the fact of being able to drive, 400 miles in their car, wait 2 minutes to fill up their gas tank and go do another 400 miles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to drive their car 300 miles, buy an overnight hotel, 12 hours wait for their Tesla or Chevy Volt to charge. It's just a much quicker and efficient way to travel is gasoline.
So, Juan Pablo, can you please tell us about the present day of hybrid electric engines?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, thank you for being here. He was talking about all this safety and environmental things. And first of all, I want to say that the idea in the past, like 1900s or so, of the electric car wasn't so because of the environment. It was just a new idea that arose. It was dealing more with comfort and the silence of an electric vehicle over the rowdy and just really bugging combustion engine. And today, well, yes, you have your disadvantages, but I see the new hybrid car as a new era. And today, yes, for the environment. And technology has to go somewhere, and fossil fuels are running out. And I think that's one of the biggest things for the electric car.
Wow, okay. Some pretty strong points there. Mm-hmm. So, let's go to Gary next. Gary, what do you think is going to be the future of gasoline engines and cars?
Well, I don't think so much as them changing, they're all basically the same, they all do four main functions: suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. But they will allow us to reduce our greenhouse gases because Obama had passed a bill while he was in office that all cars produced after 2025 must produce 50 miles to the gallon or more on the highway. So I'm going to believe that the car industry will go much more to the roof and allow us to excel in it and be much more efficient.
Okay, so very strong points towards gasoline engines being the future. Next, let's go to Juan. What do you think the future is for electric hybrid engines and cars?
I think that the future is electric. That's what I believe. Recent cars are being made faster, reliable, and it's not because of the combustion engine, it's because of the electric engines. So I feel that electric cars will dominate the world sooner than later, especially with the advancing battery technology, which is a big disadvantage in the past and still is to somewhat. But I feel that sooner or later we'll say bye to the combustion engine.
Okay. Sweet. So, do you have any other points that either of you would like to bring up? Maybe talk to each other about anything else?
Where do you see electric cars going into racing in the future?
As we know, electric cars have the capabilities of immediate response. Electricity is instantaneous, so you don't get lag as if you do in a combustion engine. So even though, yes, there's no sound, people can say it's boring in some way. I think that the instant speed and acceleration you get would give an electric car a faster, for example, a speed lap than a gasoline engine. What do you think people hate on them so much?
Hate on electric cars?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say for the fact of us wanting to constantly keep going and going and going and going is that, you know, people just don't want to slow down. They just want to keep going. You know, they don't want to wait 12 hours for their Tesla to charge, or they don't want to wait the 45 to 50 minutes for their car to charge when it takes 2 minutes to fill up your gas car. It's the fact of being able to get up and go.
You know what's funny is that actually one of the first creators of the not fully electric hybrid, as we know that's electric and gas assisted vehicle, was actually one of the biggest sport car brands in the world right now. It was created by Porsche, and it's weird how people in the sport car community, they sometimes dislike them, but at the same time, one of the biggest manufacturers of sport cars in the world is what started it to begin with.
Are you talking about the 918 Spider?
I am actually. The 918 today is one of the top 3 hypercars in the world, and ironically, all 3 hypercars in the world are electronically assisted.
Yes, but that's not the fact of them being mainly driven off of a gasoline-powered engine. That's what produces most of their power.
You're right, yeah, but you know, sooner or later, you can only go so much on a combustion engine. There's so much you can do to give octane power, and I think that's where the electric engine kicks in the sport community world.
Okay, I totally see where you're coming from for that. Well, all right.
Sweet. Looks like we're done here. Great to have both of you on the show.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
me.
I will hope to see you again sometime next week.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sweet. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our podcast. So, today we're here with Juan Pablo from Tijuana, Mexico.
All right, so he created the first 4-stroke internal combustion engine, which sparked Henry Ford to be.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, next room we have Corpus Crispy from Dallas, Texas. He is stop giving me that look. Look at the wall. Look at the wall. He dead ass is looking at him. Just give me a second.
That's good.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our TED Talk. So, let's go to Garrett next. Garrett, what do you think is going to be the future of gasoline engines? Can you not shut up?
God, fuck this. It's not even us now.
I know, close the door, bro.
Yeah, it's not. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our podcast. Today we're here with Gary Winthorpe from Tijuana, Mexico, and Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our... Well, see you guys next week.